Right, welcome back, and we're here at Era 3 now, and I've just been looking at this position, and I'd have to say it's looking very bleak for green. Blue's in a really strong position, loads of resources, he's got armies to spare, bundles of cash, and he's got a good position on the map. Green, 3 provinces, not much cash, and he's not even going first because he's got all his victory points ahead. Which is not a lot in the whole context of the game, but it means he's not choosing first. So it doesn't often happen, this, to be honest. He usually balances a bit better, but let's see how. We're going to bat for green. We're going to bat for green and play the best we can. But I'm not going to concentrate so much on blue because it's got everything going from us blue. Okay, let's crack on. Turn over the building. And it's another new senator building, so we're going to be scoring on this one. There's the blocker. So let's pop a new senator for the blue player and for the green player. And next we're going to roll those dice over here for the glory dial. We've got a 4 for blue and a 1 for the green. So 1 for green. Oh, it's back in goal. It's not too far away. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. We've got to turn that over, because we're getting to the more remote areas now. So, oh my goodness me, green had a 1. Got to get to Britain. Is he going to manage that? I don't know if he will. Let's see if he can. Germany for the blue players. Not too. That's quite easy for the blue player, but goodness me, green's got his work cut out, hasn't he? Let's see what he can do. And let's go to the era card. Roll the black dice. Not number 3, so no boat. We've got Julius Caesar, a magnificent number with 6, and Scipio. So, and actually Lucius Cornelius Sulla does get a city, which can be quite nice. I think, well, let's give blue the city. That's quite good, and I think it's going to put it in. It's going to put it in Etruria. There we are, in Italy, and he gets 5 gold. That's quite good for blue. So I think. Well, we've got to go with Julius Caesar for green. Julius Caesar gets a huge army when he gets into the field. He can have up to 6 men, but green's only got 3 gold to go with it. But I think it probably can just about make something hang together here. Right, blue to play. Blue is going to do. I planned this out, but yeah, it's going to go again for the. Castra, the Praetorian Guard there is going to recruit 5 more men, and they're going to bombard into Venetia, take on that native force, which you remember has got the unrest, but the Praetorian Guard will see that up as well, no doubt. Green is definitely going to need some resources here, so he's going to revenue, and he's got a place. I think you want to keep. Now let's throw some money at it. I'm going to get the 5 gold for that, using a good resource, but we get another 2 gold for Apulia, and he gets the blue cube, which is what he's after, so that he can recruit next time. Okay, let's do this attack here. Can't see the blues losing. No, an easy win. On comes the unrest, and he's got 2 unrests on the map, so those 2 are removed, losing 2 of his Praetorian Guards to supply, but he's still got a lovely army there. Look at that. He's only got army size 4, of course, so he's not going to be needing all those men even for 1 attack, but that comes in a minute. Well, it's going to come now. Let's do it. Let's crack on. Now I say that he wants to get Germania, but look, Germania is like the end of a cul-de-sac. He can't get out of there. If he brings his army into there, he really needs a fleet in the Northern Med there. Sorry, Atlantic Ocean. What about Northern Med? Atlantic Ocean up there. So he's got all of Italy. He could. I think he's going to take the Servian Wall, and he's going to place a 2-point senator there, but he can spend up to 10. He's got all this money, may as well spend it. So he's going to buy 2 fleets. That costs 2 4 points and 6 to spend. I think he'd like to get some good defences going here. So we'll have a wall here. That's 6. He'll build another city here for 9, because remember he gets a point for that each turn. And then he can't fit any more on here. Just to explain, if I didn't make this clear earlier, that he can only have 1 city in each of the 2 matching provinces there, or 1 in these 2 here and 1 in these 2. So Italy is basically now full, so you can't do anything about that. So 9 gold, 1 gold spare comes back. That's quite good. That's very good, in fact, because we didn't mention the here he's scoring points for fleets, walls and cities and everything, so that's bolstering his position further. Well, green is going to go on the offensive. He gets his... No, he's not. What am I about? He's got to buy some men first, hasn't he? He needs that good legion. He's going to have to go there. So there's another of his good senators gone, I'm afraid. Never mind. He gets 2 free, and he can buy up to 6. I think he will buy just the 3 in the hope that maybe he can... Oh, no, wait a minute. No, let's go for it. Buy the 6. I always like to think it's worth just really hammering on with the game. 2, 4, 6. Get your army, especially as we've got this victory points for each province outside Italy. Right, blue. 4 senators to go. What's blue going to do? Now, blue's now going to do his attack. So he's going to go... I think we'll get that Germany one out of the way first off. It's going to Germania here, and he'll be attacking there. And green is going on the offensive here. He's going to take his magnificent army of Julius Caesar, going north towards... Well, he's going to go north basically. Whether he gets to Britain, he won't try and get to Britain this time. He's just going to go on a big sweep around the Mediterranean here, I think. We seem to have lost one of those over there. Put that on. Okay, let's see what we've got. So he's in here. Okay, oh, he's got 4 there. So he's got the wall there, so that's worth 4. We better just record that one. 7 versus 4. Here it's a little matter of 9 versus 1. So Julius has got no problems. Oh, now has he got problems? He goes up to 8. That's 9. Aha! So the tide has turned. Blue is losing. It won't be for long, I'm sure. Julius Caesar succeeds. Moves on. We're going to go to Venetia. That's fairly easy. Roll the dice again. That's a win for both players now. So we have the fall of Germania. Right, now when Germania falls, he gets his... he's the first player, so although green conceivably could do it in the same turn, the first player will score first. So he gets his 7 points for getting that. And he goes into the lead, 21. And he also, because he's taken this remote province, he gets to choose, I'll have a look at this triumph. Well, it's called glory there, you may have noticed, but these are actually called triumphs when we come to the final version. He can score 1 point per non-Christian city. That's at the end of the game. Put it there. It's actually kept secret, so at the end of the game we've got a nice, unseen, hidden factor to bring into this scoring at the end of the game. Not a huge amount of points, but could be significant. Right, so he's taken there. Now, blue is going... Oh, green one, he's here, of course. So that goes there. Green's moving on to Gaul. And he's going to go... Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only got 4 men left. I was thinking he might try and get all the way to Mesopotamia, but that's not going to happen. He'll go around the Mediterranean. This map has got a connection between Mauritania and Egypt here. You may have noticed that each map's got a slight difference on it. Usually an extra strait has been placed, but here he's got this extra capacity to move through here. Just a bit of variety for each map. Right, let's move on. The blue player, chung, 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 uses this fleet. He could go to Britain. Actually, I think he will. I think he'll go to Britain instead. Because he's lost that army, he'll go straight to Britain and try and take out Britannia. Get that extra triumph from there. That's not a bad plan. But that fleet's been used now, so this army, once it's done there, it'll come back to the barracks. Can't go on from there. Okay, what have we got here? It's a 3-er. But Julius Caesar's 7 shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, it's an easy win. And a win there, so Britain falls for the blue. Gets another glory. Just get a gold at green one there. Glory. Score 7 points for a city in either Syria or Asia. Remember, that's at the end of the game. This is quite a hard area to hold, but 7 points if you do, that's a real bonus. Pop that there. So he's now got 2 of his triumphs there. So his campaign is over. He's done the northern campaign. That goes, the legion goes back to the barracks, and so does the general. Julius, meanwhile, trundles on into Hispania. Come on. Yeah, that's another win, another bit of gold. So a little bit better for green, but he's got a long way to catch up. Never mind. Oh, he's got another chance for some more gold. It's 5 versus 2. Yes. Another gold. And now he'll go all the way to Egypt. First person to get into Egypt. Not that there's any points for that, but it doesn't really matter. And that's another win for green. End of Julius Caesar's attack. Well done, Julius. A nice little foray there into all around there. Now we've got a bit of an empire to establish here, and a good one over here. What is blue going to do? Well, I think blue can start to cash in now. He's got his wall. I think it's time to do some more god work. He's only got. Now wait a minute. He's only got 2, 1, and a 1. It's not very strong on his senators. So I think he's going to just get that sorted out a little bit. So he plays that and plays 2 gold to increase the value of one of these to, I think, to a 3 is okay. Yeah, we'll go to a 3. Gives him a bit more potential through the game. And you must always get your senators at increase, because sooner or later you get blocked off like here and here, and you simply can't do as much. Now, green has got a plan, a cunning plan. He's got the whole of Italy. Unfortunately, the Servian wall has gone. He could go and do some of that, or he could. No, he's going to. That was his plan. His plan was to go here. Players 3. Oh, do they? Wait a minute. No, let's go. Let's go to here with a 1er, and that costs 3 silver because he's got no resources. And the point is, he's going to take this resource one, try and boost his resources now. So he's got his gods, so he's trying to get his resources. Come on, good dice roll. 4, it's not bad. No out pluses, so can take any 3 resources and 5 gold. He'd love to have had that bigger one, but that's all he's got. 3 resources and 5 gold. So 1, 2, 3 is going for those, and 5 gold. It's not great. It's something, isn't it? It's something. He's back in the game a bit. Now, he was going to go get some resources, or he could just simply score some points here and crack on. Why not? Let's do that. So we're going to just, going to get some victory points in. So places the black one there, gets +3, and he gets 1 point for each of the kind of things he's built on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, +3 is 15. 36. I can't emphasise enough that unless you get points, you're not going to win the game. It's obvious, isn't it? But you've got to sometimes just say, I'll just take the points. Now, that's also true for green, of course, but green has to try, I think, and do a little bit more than that if he can. Oh, it's so dangerous. Problem is, he can see that he's going to go there. He's got a tour, but that's actually where he'd like to go to get some points himself. That one's gone. I think he's going to have to take a real risk here. Place that. He's only going to recruit 2 legions to go into Britain. Oh yeah, what about? I can't even get to Britain. Backtrack. Let's have a go. Hasn't really worked out for green again, has it? He can do that and do some taxing, get a lot more resources in. He's already taxed, can't tax again, can't do that. Does he go the resources? Plan. He's going to go there. A plan. Places blue resource. And now, 2 points for each province outside Italy. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's only 8 points. But it's blocked off blue from using that one. So that has worked out a little better. Hasn't lost too much ground. What is blue going to do? Blue can't go in there with his one. He's already raised his... Things are flowing a bit better for... now, what's he going to do with this, though? I think he could recruit some men in advance. I think let's go taxing. Tax the empire. When in doubt, get some more money. No extra gold, but he gets... he can have all the resources around because he's got fleets to transport them. So he gets a red and a black from here. And from Italy he gets 2 gold. And he gets a black and a blue. Black. So you've got plenty of resources there. Let's say black and blue. Black and blue. So, then he has to place an unrest marker, which he'll place in Hispania. Once again. And it's not too bad, but not as far ahead as he might have been. Green still has a thing to use here. I think green has got to spend some of this money, but he can't. He can't because he's only got a 2 and it's already blocked off. He'd love to build, doesn't he? He's got no buildings, look. He's been in there. He could go in here, but he's only got 1 fleet to show for it. It's terrible. Oh my goodness me, I thought he was getting back into it and it really isn't. Well, he could recruit 3 free legions. That's probably his best shot, really. Did I, yeah, I used my blue cube there. Oh, I don't know. I think that's probably his best bet. And he's not going to use them for anything. He's just going to sit them on there. It cost him 3 gold to buy the blue cube again. But he does get 3 free legions, so it's not... He's set up for next turn. Gosh, he needs to be, doesn't he? He needs help, but he's not that far behind. That's the good thing. Oh, we're going to just do the returning of our resources. There's a few more points to go on for blue because of his cities. So when we return these senators, that goes back as well. That's when we score for our cities. 1, 2, 3, 4 more points of blue. They start to become quite significant if you can get going. Oh, dear old green. No, nothing. But the big advantage he's got, and it is quite a big advantage just now, he'll be choosing first on here. Before we do anything else, we have to do the storms at sea. Roll the dice. Let's flip these over. So green is definitely going to, blue is definitely going to lose a fleet. Which fleet's going to be? Oh, typical. They both lose a fleet. Green's had no luck. Never mind. Now, blue is going to roll for these remote provinces. Once you get to these areas, you can't just stay there. It's hard to hold Britain. They had to build walls and all sorts, didn't they? Germania never held on to, and Mesopotamia being the other one is also very difficult to hold. So you'll see in each of these there are some native forces already drawn on the map and some generals. So here you've got one native force versus one Roman legion, so it's a straight fight there. What happens? It's a win for blue, so he stays on. What happens over here? It's 2 now for the enemy and 1 for the Roman. This time the Roman falls. Grab a remote province marker, and that one isn't there. So that's what this is a little bit about down here. So we do our storms at sea, which is also marked on the final cards, and then we've got our remote provinces. Right. Roll the dice. Come on, give me a bit of luck. 6. No Germania. Those look quite tasty. Okay, well, green is just going to take the 2 and leave blue to decide which one he wants. Well, choices. If you got the Syrian fleet would knock that fleet out, and then the Syrian army would simply walk all over there. So if he chose the Asian army, it'll just walk over there. So it's a no-brainer. He will just leave the fleet there, and he'll take the Asian army of 3 men. So they start in Asia, but they are going to walk, and significantly, they're going to be walking to Italy. That is the nearest city. Can't go through this way because of the impassable land here. So that would have been nearer, but he can't actually go that way. So he has to go this way. So Italy is being attacked, which of course affects the use of the gods. Right, green. It's attacking there, big attack there. Right, come on! Oh, 6-4. It's a win for green, but it is a loss for blue. Well, that needed that, didn't he? Now, well, this is hard. The enemy's 2 versus Roman 4 here. So let's see it. Here it's 2-on-1 still. No, the enemy loses there. Still the same. And here the enemy win. And here the enemy lose again. So it's very good, you know, putting these forts and walls on. It can be really significant. Both players therefore lost 1 place. Green did slightly better, to be honest, there, because he hasn't lost Venetia. So he can use his gods straight away. He's at the back of the queue still as well. So when we get to era 4, green will be going first.